Mike, NoStressMike.com. Okay, I talked about this somewhat before, but I want to go into more detail. And what it is money. How money works, and exactly what the money is all about. And what it is, first thing you have to remember, money is a creation. It's one of these, I wish I could say it's a man-made creation, but it's not. It's a government creation. The main reason for money is taxes. We as humans don't need money. We've been taught that how to use money, and the reality is you don't need it. This is one of the reasons why I have gold and silver, because I don't have no money. And I always tell people I don't have no money. No money, no job. You know, I'm homeless. But like I say, money is for taxing only. Now, then we are taught, and just a good example why money is really non-existent. It's no good. It's not. It's worthless. A good example is now we're going to cashless, no money. I was in China, and it's a big thing not using money. This is what they're going for. It's on their cell phone. They're able to use the digits as money. So, and if you got any sense at all, you know an electronic digit is not money. An electronic digit is nothing. So, but if you can get the people to believe in something, and they base their life on this, that's a good thing. That's where religion comes from. You know, they get you to think their religion is needed to survive in this world. Well, it's the same thing with money. They're convincing you that you need the money. I know there's people are going to say, well, you know, money has been around for thousands and thousands of years. I told somebody, I just made a comment, and I answered, I think I told them 300 years. And that's because the money we are aware of is about 300 years old. And that's because we had money before the United States government came around. And that money, and the thing is, money at that time was made of gold and silver. Because nobody in his right mind is going to think, here, take this piece of paper or piece of scrap metal, and it's worth a lot. Nobody in their right mind would buy something like that. I mean, you really have to be stupid to believe something like worth is some scrap metal, piece of paper, or a digit. You got to be stupid. Okay. So they had to make it in gold and silver. And And before that, there's always, whatever government is in charge, they want the people to use their money. They want the people to believe that that means something. And like I say, you have to use your imagination to make that stuff work. Now, I know you all have a good imagination because most of the people that watch my videos stay in the United States. So the only money you are aware of is greenbacks and digits, writing a check, this type of stuff, credit card. So this is how you relate to money. But like I say, you go to other countries, they don't look at the greenback as money. Some places it will trade good. You can trade that for their money, and some places they don't. So, and if they don't take it, they don't trade it, that means it's no value. Only to the people that have it. So now we're right back to the gold and silver. Like I say, I travel with gold and silver. I have to have the gold and silver to, like I say, to have some kind of worth as I travel, even here in the United States. Well, let's see. I travel with, like I say, gold, silver, and copper. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. It's if you buy in to the money thing, what happens, you have bought into greed. Because the thing is, and this is why I don't feel sorry for people that lose things. Whether it's a storm, whether somebody takes it, or squatters, or just whatever. The thing is, if you have more than you can take care of, you're going to lose it. That's just the way it is. Now, some of the people, what's all the noise? Many people will buy insurance to protect their stuff. Now see, there's another sign of greed. When you get so much stuff, you can't even take care of it. That's greed. And so, like I say, so what they do is they insure it. So people have learned, well, these greedy people will pay to protect their fortunes. And fortunes don't have to be, big fortunes. Anything you have is your fortune. And so people will pay for it. I'm not an insurance kind of guy. The money that I would pay for insurance, I buy gold and silver. Because the gold and silver will be around later on, and insurance is gone by the time you make another check to pay your next insurance. You've already lost that insurance. So I learned that. Well, let's see. A good example is when I was probably early 50s, and then their insurance, I was paying insurance, health insurance, and it was going up and going up and going up. And normally I paid less than $200 for the family, and it got up to $450. And I said, $450, and why would I want to pay $450? $450 to me is a lot of money. We're talking a month. Yeah, we're not talking a year. We're talking a month. And I thought, well, $450, I could buy $450 in gold and silver. And at the end of the year, if we stay healthy, if we take care of ourselves, we'll have something instead of a bunch of receipts. Now, I understand there's going to be people whining and say, well, that's because you're healthy and all. Well, but some people are sick and say, hey, I've talked about crosses we bear, so we all have crosses. Don't whine. Okay, and then the next thing, why do you think there's two things that we are told we have to have in the way of authority over us? The government and religion. Now, I don't understand why both the government and the religion can't take on the responsibility of taking care of us. I mean, we have a constitution that says that they're supposed to take care of their borders, they're supposed to be doing, so in other words, they are a fail-safe kind of thing. And that's one reason why I'm not a religious kind of guy, is because the churches don't step in when it's time to step in. They're there to take the money, to take the donations, but they're not there to take care of their, what they say, they're sick and poor and all this type of stuff. They're not there for that. I wish they were. But that's what they should be for. And if that's the case, I would be involved in the church when they're doing that. But like I say, it's a scam. It's a program, kind of like the government. Like I say, we need the government, we need the churches, but we need them to do their job. And that's what they don't do, to me. So I've pulled away from them, both, in which that falls under personal responsibility. Then again, I accumulated enough gold and silver to kind of, I don't depend on the churches and the government to take care of me. Because like I say, they never have in the past. I just never thought that they really would in the future. That's why I took steps to take care of myself. But, and my family and all this type of stuff, personal responsibility. And that's what I taught my family. And that's why they had to take care of themselves, because like I say, otherwise they're going to be sick. When they're sick, they can't produce. And that's what we're supposed to do, is be producing, not just sit back and suck off the government or the churches and this type of stuff. But anyway, the money is something that we as a group have developed for convenience sake. And like I say, for me, nothing is convenient for me. Everything is hard for me. And so I don't look for convenience. And, but that's part of taking personal responsibility. But you have to remember, when you start playing the money game, I have never seen anyone that plays the money game that gets totally satisfied with their money. They don't have enough money, and they're trying to rip more money off of other people, or they have too much money and they're worried about trying to take care of their money. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.